Hey Daniel, this is Ryan with TrendLizard.com. Thanks for subscribing at TrendLizard.com, and thank you for sending me the email with the two tickers that you would like me to analyze. Using the Elliott wave theory, this is what we do at TrendLizard.com. We use the Elliott wave theory to trade anything that it can be plotted on a price chart. So I'm going to start with OXY, OXY, which is Occidental Petroleum Corporation. You had explained that this guy has been in a really nice recovery, especially over the last few days or so. So we're gonna take a look and see what the promise is moving forward. So this guy was incepted way back at the very beginning of 1982. It's been in a very large uptrend, as you can see, a very nice trendy move. Anything that happened prior to 1999 doesn't really concern me, doesn't matter. It's very clear that whatever happened to the upside ended in, looks like 2011, and it's been in a large pullback since. So whatever happened to the upside, very clearly a trendy move that completed in 2011. Since then, it's been in a large, very clearly counter-trend pullback. You can see it pulled back fairly sharp at the start in 2011, and then it traded sideways for a very extended period of time before hitting a high in 2018 and then absolutely tanking, and it's been under a ton of duress, as a lot of oil stocks and other oil-related things have been in 2020. So it looks to me like this is a counter-trend move that was in a very sharp ending pattern, which fits as a C wave, and this has the potential to be a very major low, which I'm guessing is exactly why you sent this to me. So let's take a little bit closer look. We're going to just zoom in on this pullback action off that major high that occurred back in 2011. So here we are. This is the high. You can see it never bested that high. It traded back and forth for a very long time. Not a very good trading opportunity in terms of Elliott wave over these several years here. But then after the tank job, things have definitely perked up quite a bit. So we definitely can find a way to call this big decline off of the 2018 high complete as a completed 5-wave move with an extended 5th wave down. Based on the size of this recovery in 2020, that seems likely. The one way that all of this goes south and goes wrong is if this down leg did not complete yet, and this is just, say, like a counter trend 4th wave bounce within an ongoing 5th wave, C wave down. I don't think that's the case, but a move above 32 at any point, obviously not super close, but a move above 32 at any point would confirm otherwise and would confirm that this down leg is over. I think it's over already based on what we're seeing, but that's a level to watch in the future. 32, a move above there, confirms that this was a sharp C wave down and that the trend has turned back up. So let's go ahead and zoom in on this recovery off the 2020 low to see what we can find here. It started out pretty choppy. We saw this all across the market. It proved to be a leading diagonal on most of the ETFs and other stocks that I follow. So I think it's the same here. I believe this is a 5-wave overlapping move which fits as a leading diagonal. Still works as the first wave of a new trend. It just wasn't super clean. Obviously, it took a little bit to get going. Since then, it had a nice counter trend pullback that retraced almost exactly 61.8% of this up move here, which is good stuff. And this is the takeoff move that you've been talking about, or that you talked about in the email that you sent me. So I believe that this is the start of a 3rd wave up. This looks really bullish. I think it's going to continue substantially higher from here. That's what it looks like to me. What it cannot do at any point in time is move below 17. This is the natural stop level. I wish it was closer, but when you have a move this sharp where it nearly doubles in value over the course of a couple weeks, you're just not going to have a super close stop level just based on the size of that move. So it needs to stay above 17. As long as it does, I think you're right. I think this is a buying opportunity that's going to continue substantially higher from here. Can even start a new uptrend and continue even all the way back up to its long-term high. Obviously, that would take a long time to play out, but that's the potential. If this is a counter-trend move, which it very much appears to be based on its 3-wave nature and the extent of this choppy, nasty action that stayed very close to the high, we have to think it's a counter-trend move, and it looks like it very much so that it could be completed. And so if so, this is getting in pretty darn close to the ground floor, considering that it's gotten all the way up to 80 back in the day. So I think the potential is huge, has to stay above 17 at all times to maintain that potential. So I hope that's helpful. I've got one more to look at for you momentarily. Give me a second for that, but I hope this is some good guidance on OXY for you. Thanks.